Welcome back, pool fans, here at Griff's in Las Vegas. It's the WPA Players Championship. Now we have a special match for you. This is the finals of the WPA Players Championship Consolation Tournament. And these are players who had lost in the first round, so they went into this Consolation Tournament, and now it's the finals. This match is a race to 7. There will be no extension, no sudden death on this. So straight race to 7, alternate break. Now, let's meet the players, and we've got a couple of multi-world champions for you. Firstly, he is a 2-time world champion from the Netherlands, Niels Feijen. And his opponent, a 3-time world champion from Germany, Thorsten Hohmann. Gentlemen, let's laugh.
All right, folks, welcome back. Day 4 of the WPA Players Championships. As we just heard Ted Lerner mention, this is our consolation event. Stage 2 has been a single elimination tournament. Both of these players unfortunately lost their first round of that event, so they were invited to this consolation event. This will be one straight race to 7.
Yes, sir. No referee, right? I need to sit for a little while.
These guys will be alternating the break, racking their own. One ball will be racked up front, the 9 in the middle. The other 7 balls do not matter. There is a 3-foul rule in effect, as well as a 3-point rule on the break. I'm joined in the booth by my good buddy, Jason Kane. How are you today, pal?
I'm good, Ben. It's going to be an excellent match. 2 Mosconi Cup players. Niels the Terminator Feijen from The Hague, Netherlands, now living in Ostel, Denmark. He's an 806 Fargo, playing Thorsten Hohmann from Fulda, Germany. The Hitman, he's a 783 Fargo.
Very, very good matchup we've got coming to us here, folks. The winner of this consolation event walks away with $1,500. Loser still gets to take home $1,000. Niels wins the leg, and he will break rack 1.
Nothing went in.
Lots of noise, but nothing fell. It's a legal break.
Niels parked the cue ball, it got kicked up table, but failed to make a ball. Super tough opening shot for Thorsten Hohmann here.
Yeah, no bargain right out the gate. Thorsten taking a moment to figure out how he wants to attack here. Looks like he's made up his mind. Elevated over the 5 certainly increases the difficulty of whatever he's attempting here. Tried to play it safe, hoping for coverage behind the 4 with the cue ball, maybe a blocker with the 3 or the 6 on the 1. Unfortunately, didn't quite get there, and has left Niels pretty good opportunity to strike first here in rack number 1. Uh-oh. Can't quite tell if he got there or not. And as Alex Lely would say, Niels Feijen looking very stoic, not giving anything away.
You can't say that in a Lely accent?
I could, but baby steps.
Okay.
Baby steps. I really enjoyed listening to Alex Lely's commentary, amongst many others, but Carl and I were talking a little bit about him last match. They did some co-commentary together. I believe it was the World Cup.
I like the shot he played on the 2, just simple, stayed out in the open, didn't try and do anything fancy.
Me personally, I'm a big fan of both of these gentlemen, both on and off the table. I've known Thorsten for a couple of years, not on a extremely personal level. However, this event has allowed me to meet Niels Feijen for the first time, who I've never had any interaction with and has always been my favorite player. If there was one person's mechanics I could duplicate, it would be this man. I feel that he is nearly perfect. Look at him, he's still down on that ball.
Cue ball.
Yeah, it was a poor shot, but poorly controlled anyhow. Thorsten with a inviting opportunity here. Ball in hand, 4 balls left. No real problems.
First game here, mistakes from both players. Mistake on a safety earlier by Thorsten. And then you saw Niels go in a pocket there with the cue ball. Like to get back to where he is now. And he does.
So rack 1 in favor of the Hohmann camp.
Against serve as well. Took the serve away.
Yep. Thorsten will be breaking in rack number 2. We are coming to you live from Griff's Billiards in Las Vegas. I believe it was 84 degrees outside when I walked in the building. Lovely day out. Today is April 19th, Friday, 2019. This is our final day, day 4 of stage 2, but day 8 overall. We've been doing this for 8 days straight now. We've seen some amazing pool. We've been having a lot of fun. It's all good. Back-to-back dry breaks.
Yeah.
So both players failing to pocket a ball on the break. Niels is able to see this 1 ball. I don't know if he has enough to play it in the side. He certainly has enough to play it in the lower right.
As we were saying earlier, both players lost their first match in the main event. That's how they ended up in this consolation tournament. Niels Corey Dual beaten 7-2. Thorsten Hohmann lost to Darren Appleton on the TV table 7-5. Ooh.
About half a revolution too far, I think.
He does stay down on the ball, like you say.
He does.
Which is so important. You see, even the top players jump up, lift their head a little bit.
I'd like to see a match with Niels Feijen versus Jershin Martinez.
He played him last night.
The reason on this table?
No, in the semifinal to
Oh.
get here. I was watching that match.
Yeah, I must have missed it. And the reason I say I'd like to see that is because they're complete opposites in the sense that Niels stays down on the ball all the way through it and then some. Jershin has quite a bit of movement. Both similar results. It works out very well for Jershin, but it would just be cool to see a contrast of styles like that playing against each other. And it sounds like you got to witness that last night.
Yeah, it was a hill nail biter for Niels to make it to the final here. It was a semifinal. Gershon broke and run out to make it 6-6. Niels broke and ran out to win it.
Wow.
Both played excellent pool. It's just winning that lag ended up winning in the match.
So it looks like he's ducking here. Playing a safe of sorts.
Good shot, I think.
So very pretty, very well. Very pretty well. Very well. There might be an edge on offer.
Yeah, it might be. If so, quite a simple safety. Type of shot, you can't really lock anyone up here, but you can definitely hide the ball. Cue ball behind a 7, maybe. 2 rails. 5, all those balls can block it. 3 balls towards it behind a 9. Oh, he played it different. Sold out.
He's not gonna like this. Left a wide open window and leaves Niels on the proper side of the 3 ball. Niels doesn't have to do much work for positional effort on this 4. Imagine he just rolls it in and plays the 4 to the lower left. There's no need to try and do anything fancy with the cue ball. Shooting into the side pockets is fairly difficult as is. He's also cueing off the rail. A bit surprised what he did there, but it worked out perfectly. Opted to play it to the lower right.
Niels, Mosconi Cup legend, multiple winner, multiple MVP.
He won something else fairly big recently too. Was that the Kremlin Cup, or there was something he won overseas, I believe? What was it? It was not too far after his arm surgery. He had won something. I can't remember what it was, but it was
I'm not sure.
a very, very good accomplishment. I try to stay as current on these players as possible, but there's just so many titles and championships and champions in general out there. It's oftentimes hard to keep them all straight. So Niels able to break serve, put things back on serve, I should say. Tied up at 1 apiece.
Niels, 2013 World Pool Masters champion, 2008 World Straight Pool champion. He's won at all formats, all games. 2 of the nicest guys in pool as well. So we haven't seen a ball made yet.
Nope, we've seen 2 dry breaks so far. I didn't get a chance to see much of Hohmann's break throughout this event. I did see a few of Niels' breaks, and boy, was he crushing them and parking the cue ball.
Cue ball parked.
Similar to that.
Made a couple of balls this time. Ooh, combo time or safety. Off angle combo. Expect him to take it on though. Just thinking how the 1's going to come out for position. He's having a look.
Very nicely judged. Very nicely controlled with that 1 ball. Extremely easy to lose that 1 ball on that shot. And boy, he held it nicely for position.
Just killing that ball to hold it.
That one ball was almost in the hole, and he was still down. He still hadn't stood up. I don't know why. I just admire that so much.
Looking good here. Nice wide open table now.
Nice shot there by Niels. Takes the cue ball 2 rails forward, right back towards center table. 5 and 7 will be deposited into the same pocket. And just like that, Niels holds serve. Breaks and runs rack number 3. Thorsten will be breaking in rack number 4. Folks, we are coming to you live from Griff's Bar and Billiards here in Las Vegas. Excuse me. This event is sponsored by Predator Cues, Master Chalk, the Rio Hotel and Casino, Andy 998 Billiard Cloth, 988 Billiard Cloth, pardon me. We're using the new Cyclop Hyperion pool balls. How Tips is another one of our sponsors. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/HOWCUE, How Q. This event has been produced by CSI and is brought to you by the WPA.
Let's see how Thorsten Hohmann hits these. Came up empty the first time. I think he hit it with a bit of a cut break as well. Let's see if he changes up to the head-on park the cue ball style. Gave him a smash, lost a cue ball. Oh, nine ball nearly went in. Stuck on the 1. No shot.
In a tricky spot here. Shot number 1, rack number 4. Thorsten lays down a good break. And he's either got his best friend or his worst enemy hanging out in that upper left pocket as you view the screen. That 9 ball could prove to be in a very crucial position. With not much on offer here, I wouldn't be extremely surprised if Thorsten pushed out and pocketed that 9 ball, unless he is absolutely certain that he can lock Niels up, which I think is a very tall order from here. Not going for the push out. Opting to thin the 1 and play safe. Did pretty well. There may or may not be a slight edge of that 1 ball exposed. Either way, I don't think the 9 is in any danger at the moment.
This is a 3rd match in a row Ben Sutherland's commentating on. He's dressed like he's winning the Oscars. Suit and tie. Me and Carl's got shorts on. I've got a polo shirt. And Ben came to win. If possible, we might try and get him in front of the camera later, just so you guys can see him at home.
Maybe I'll see if I can make myself a part of the trophy presentation.
Cue ball. Wow. Try to miss a side pocket, go behind the 4-7 on a bottom rail was his plan. But he's left Thorsten an off-angle combo. Maybe he can kick into the rail and make the combo. Yeah, he's looking at that to hit the 1 into the rail, 1 bounce off, knock the 5 in. One's going to go to the left-hand corner. Cue ball's just going to follow forward slightly. Same pocket is perfect as well. He's looking good here. 1-2, 4-9.
Yep. Tie ball game. So as we addressed at the beginning of the rack, it was either going to be his worst nightmare or his best friend. Turned out to be his best pal, this rack.
Poor safety by Niels there. That's Thorsten Hohmann back in to tie the match at 2. We only have 1 match left after this. Kevin Cheng and Carlo Biardo. That's coming up at 6 p.m.
Yep.
Vegas local time.
We've got about an hour and 38 minutes until that match happens.
You might even have a time for a cup of tea. You haven't had a second yet, Ben.
Yeah, I might see if I can grab a quick bite in between matches. Niels to break rack 5. Let's see if he parks the cue ball again. Unsuccessful in his first break. Extremely successful in his
Park the cue
second
ball.
break.
Made 1. 1 ball he's made.
2 balls did cross the head string, and he's got a shot on the 1.
3-4 combo later. Or a 3 goes in that opposite pocket.
Pretty good angle right there.
Yep.
That's what he's looking at right now, trying to decide. Now he's looking at your other. You pointed out both options, the combo and the possible pot to the lower left. I think you may have been looking at that, or some sort of potential safety. Got to make the 1 and the 2 first. See how he decides to take on this 3-4. I don't think there's really any reward in trying to go after it right here. You know, the combination is on offer. You see him looking at that right now. It's just a matter of where that 3 is going to end up after contact with the 4. He doesn't want that 3 to marry up alongside the orange 5. See, he got almost exactly where he pointed. If the angle offers it, I like playing the combo as nearly as softly as possible to pocket the 4. Trying to keep the 3 as close to where it is now. Take the cue ball down into the 5. He opted to go a little more full with it. Again,
that's a tough shot now.
I think this will be the deciding shot in this rack. I don't know if he will attack the combination or if he will attempt the safety. He's looking at the combo, I believe. Combinations are one thing. Off-angle combinations are another. Handles it beautifully. Again, with a couple options, you could try to kill the ball. A little bit of low left-hand spin. Or you can go up and down. It's all a matter of preference. I like letting my stroke out and going up and down with this ball. So does Niels. A little more natural, and I feel a little less room for error that route. Be thumping this ball in with some low right hand spin, stunning back towards center table.
If he went high left there, he would have been heading towards a side pocket. That's why I chose a safer path with the cue ball, just to punch out like that. It's another break and run for Niels.
Yeah, so we've seen a dry break that he lost, and 2 successful breaks that he's broken ran. Thorsten managed to give one back. We are on serve. Niels leading by a score of 3-2 over Thorsten Hohmann here. This is our consolation event. I apologize. Go ahead, Jason.
I would say Thorsten Hohmann won multiple world titles, 2003 Cardiff, beat Alex Pagulainen in the final 17-10. Then he won again in 2013, the WPA World 9-ball. Multiple straight ball world champion, 2006, 11, 13, 2015, 2018. He's won everything.
You get out of breath.
I am.
Just trying to recite the man's resume.
Biggest payday though was he won $350,000 when he won the IPT North American Open 8-ball, beating Marlon Manalo 8-7 in the final.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a big payday.
I remember now. It was the 2018 World Pool Masters that Niels won. That's what it was. It was bugging me since we were talking about it a little while ago. I knew he had won.
Oh, got kicked in.
And he made 3 balls on the break. 3 balls and the cue ball.
He gave him a good old whack.
Yes, he did.
Cue ball just got kicked in a little bit.
He made a third of the rack.
Damn, this isn't looking good for Thurston now. Especially with Niels parking that cue ball. If he goes up 4-2, might be tough for Thurston to come back. This is a good warm-up for the US Open for all these players. That starts on Sunday, I think, at Mandalay Bay.
Yes, it does. Sure does. I believe bright and early, 9 a.m. first matches. So, pool players, I know you're loving that. The dreaded 9 a.m. match.
I don't know if it's 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Is it 9?
I think it's 9. Don't hold me
yeah.
to that. I don't have the exact roster in front of me, but I do believe I read 9 a.m. were the first round matches.
They are going to be playing into the wee hours in the morning in the first 2-3 days to get it down from 256 players to 16 players.
Oh, gosh.
There's a betting line. I think in England, the over-under of the last match of the day is 6 a.m.
Oh, man.
And then they'd have to be up a couple hours later to play the next match.
I'm excited to be working with those folks at that event. I think you are as well, aren't you? Possibly?
That's not anymore.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, no comment. But I wish him the best of luck.
Oof. That one wiped its feet.
He made, you see, he made sure to keep the cue ball nowhere near the side pocket or anything. I like when players don't go anywhere near the pocket with the cue ball. Takes the lead, 4-2.
And breaking.
Whoa, such a short match. It'll be hard for Thorsten Hohmann to come back. You're going to need Niels to get an unlucky park the cue ball and get kicked somewhere.
Let's see if Niels can duplicate what he's done the last 2 times he's had the opportunity to break. So far, he's broken ran 2 of his own, and he's punished Hohmann on 2 of his breaks. 4-2 is tough to overcome. 5-2 is, oof. We've seen it happen, but not too often.
He lost the cue ball a little bit.
Cue ball got away from him there.
And he is hooked.
He's going to pay for it, too.
Wow. That's exactly what I just said. I said for Hohmann to come back, he needs Niels to break and get hooked. I think he's hooked, yeah. He's looking where to push to. Maybe just pushing to the edge here. So Thorsten Hohmann can only see the edge or give it back, and Niels could only see the edge. That's what he's doing here. Can he go behind the 8 here? Let me see. Not sure. I'm thinking 2 rails. 3rd rail behind the 8 might be too wide. Sending the 1 ball towards a 6. We will see. Definitely, obviously, a safety here. Oh, he's letting him go back in. Well, we can't tell how much of the ball you can see. If you can see a lot of this ball as a safety, you cut the 1 towards a 6. Cue ball goes 1, 2 on the bottom rail down here.
You mean cross the 1?
Yeah.
Toward the 6?
Yeah.
I'm over here thinking, how do I cut the 1 toward the 6?
Yeah, just like bank it over.
I see what you're saying.
It may not go behind the 8 though, so then you just leave, a safety shot. One, 2. Did he hit it? Didn't hit it, but he could have got back there actually.
Yeah, he went with your shot, just didn't quite
Yeah.
put enough mustard on it.
Got a nice safety here, but the 1-9 he's thinking about if he plays this safe. If he plays a cue ball off the top rail behind a 3-7, 1's going to be towards a 9. It could leave a jump shot 1-9. He doesn't want that.
Yeah, this is kind of a tricky spot. Tricky spot to be in. I'm wondering if he can cross the 1, almost like he's trying to bank it to the lower right and use the 3, 4, or 7 for coverage with the cue ball. It's possibly an option. Again, though, leaving a jump shot if you don't tighten that cue ball up. Got a little chess match going on here.
Well, I don't know if this is going to work. Where's it going? No.
No good. 3 ball's in a little tricky spot, but I already know what you'd do, Mr. Kane.
Wait, let me have a look. Hold on a second. What would I do here?
You'd pocket that 1 ball and play safe with the 3.
Oh, you mean one of my typical shots? Absolutely, I would.
Just pocket this ball, run it forward with a little bit of top.
Yeah.
Maybe a touch of inside.
Oh, yeah.
Freeze that cue ball right to the back of the 7, send the 3 down table near the 8 and 9.
That's it. Might have a 3-9 afterwards once you lock him up on that 7. Get out there, though. Oh, he's missed it. Goodness me. Didn't expect that. Got some masse on a cue ball jacked up like that.
Yeah, it was the elevation, I think, threw the cue ball a little more than he had bargained for.
Yeah, perfect angle there. Slow down. Yeah, perfect safety angle. 3-9, maybe. Lock up on this 7. Boom. Oh, he doesn't need a 3-9, easy out if he gets ball in hand.
I don't think he froze that cue ball to the 7, so there might be a 1 rail escape if he shoots to the right side of your screen, although he is looking up table at a 2 rail, so maybe the cue ball is too close to the 1. one rail escape is available.
Got lucky here.
You might say he got a little fortunate.
Definitely.
Good contact. Can't tell if the 8-ball is in the way or not. Certainly fortunate just to leave it where he did anyhow.
That was because Thorsten didn't freeze up on a 7, left him that opportunity for an easy kick. That's a poor shot by Thorsten because he should have got locked up on a 7, the shot before.
Maybe attacking a cross bank. Can't see him doing that.
He
He
did.
is.
Did it go in the other pocket? No, it's going to hang. Wow. If you can see it, that is.
Tough to tell from our vantage point if it does go.
Might be a slight masse, maybe. Yeah, just a little masse. Beautiful. Did he get up there? He's trying to get up for the 4 on the side. Still has it, but it's thin. Thin cut. Could play a bank as well.
I don't think he will do this, but he could also just kind of roll the 4 to that right side rail and freeze the cue ball up on the 7 if he really wanted to play dirty pool. I imagine he's going to go with that cut to the right-hand side.
Oh, look at this. Wow. Ooh. He hit that table hard.
The table hits back harder. So, I don't want to say costly yet, but a definitely unforced error from Niels. Puts him in a predicament. He will be kicking at this 5-up ball, I do believe. Just looking at, oh, he's going to jump it.
Do they have tournaments, professional tournaments nowadays without jump cues allowed?
Yes.
I like those tournaments. I like the art of hooking, snookering people, and kicking.
Yes, there are a handful of tournaments that don't allow jump cues. Majority of them do allow them, but there certainly are quite a few that don't allow them. Niels is sick right now. He knows he should be up 5-2.
Where's this 5-ball going? Is it going to lock up? Oh, I don't know.
I think it ended up pretty good for Toasty. So it looks as though Niels might be giving one back to Thorsten here. Could have been 5-2. It's looking like it's going to be 4-3. It's a big swing.
Speedy. Does the 8 only go in the 1 pocket? What do you think, Ben?
I don't believe it passes to the lower left as you view the screen now. It could, but I don't believe it does, but I think he can just draw the cue ball straight back, and if he can't, he can
Oh, it looks like he's following, isn't he?
run forward with inside. It'll be a really cool looking shot. He'll hit it hard.
Did he get there? Did he get there?
I think he got perfect.
He got there, I think.
Pretty close. So those are always fun looking shots. Cue ball takes off forward and changes directions.
Got to spin this out a little bit. Right hand English, middle of the table, where the head spot is, or foot spot, whatever you call it. Oh, the old up and down.
That's one way to make sure it doesn't
Yeah.
roll off. All right, so Thorsten back within 1. Niels still leading by a score of 4-3. Thorsten's going to be breaking off in rack number 8. We are racing to 7. This is a straight race to 7. This isn't win by 2. There will be no playoff. We're coming to you live from Griff's Billiards here in Las Vegas. Predator Cues and Master Chalk, official sponsors of this event, as well as Andy Billiard Cloth and How Tips. Check them out at facebook.com/HowCue, HOWCUE. This event's been produced by CueSports International and brought to you by the World Pool Billiard Association. Also, a thank you to the Rio Hotel and Casino. We've got a number of events coming up in July, about a mile and a half down the road at the Rio. And of course, Cyclop, official pool ball, CueSports International. We're using the new Cyclop Hyperion pool ball set. Very unique looking 9-ball and cue ball as well. Cue ball looks similar to another brand of cue ball some of you may be familiar with. This one's got some circles and some rectangles on it. It's pretty unique looking cue ball. Rack number 8, Thorsten to break.
Made a ball, and he's got on the 1.
6-ball.
Yep, 6-8, 6. It's the only difficulty here. Players watching at home, you immediately look where your problem balls, your difficulties are later. You have to think about it way in advance to get the correct angle on the previous balls to address that situation. Where's this going?
Same pocket.
Not where he played it, though. He was playing for the side. Well, this works out. I might be able to move the 6 here and get on a 5 after the next shot. Stop the cue ball here.
Might be right.
I don't know if he even needs to move it, though. I mean, because, you know, 6-8 combo, just play for the 4-5. We'll find out. Yeah, just going to play for the combo after the 5. This is the shot. Can he get position on the 6 after making the combo?
Just draw this cue ball back about a foot. Should be able to play the 6 in the same pocket, I believe. He didn't
jumped
draw
up.
it, and you are right. He jumped almost out of his shoes. We don't see that from him too often. He came up really quickly. Good news for Thorsten. He does have a couple of options. He's got the thin cut, which he's looking at. he could also play a very effective and very easy safety, freezing Niels to the back of the 9. Looks like he's going for the back cut. Handles it nicely. Where's that cue ball going?
He apologized to Niels. Just got a nice bouncer. He's allowed to do that. These 2 balls to tie the match at 4.
We are all tied up at 4 racks apiece.
A lot of players in the background practicing for the US Open. I know later on tonight on the table in a corner we're going to have Siving Cheng playing Shane Van Boning in a match. Not sure exactly what the setup is there, but I know they're playing a match tonight here.
What's she spotting him?
I'm not sure.
Totally kidding. Just having a little fun, folks. I know they've been working together a little bit. As you were saying yesterday, Shane was helping her with her break shot the other night. Speaking of break shot. Uh-oh. Woo! Could have been ugly. Turned out to be a dream.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Could have been horrendous, and it turned out to be a lovely dream. I thought that cue ball was getting sucked straight in the side pocket. Meanwhile, the 1 checks up nicely. 2's in front of a hole. Looks like the toughest shot here is maybe the 2 to the 3.
Also that 5.
Or the 5 to
5
the
to
6.
6. Yeah, 5 to 6. Siming Chen, been playing with Southwest Cues for years. She went to the Southwest Cues factory today to tour the place. I'm sure she's having a nice day.
So she got a little personal one-on-one time with Al Lawrence.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, he set it up yesterday. He was nice enough.
Al's a good guy. Builds a great cue. I've personally never owned one. It would be against my contract. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see how Niels decides to address the 5 ball.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Does he stay along the rail, or does he go for the window between the 7 ball and the 6 and 8?
Yeah, if he stays along the rail, you can obviously, it's much easier to get on a 5, but the 5 to the 6, the 8 gets in the way. Might have to play that way anyway, though, for safety, to make sure he sees the 5. He is. Oh, no, he's coming out. This is much better for 5 to 6.
I think he got perfect.
Wow, he gambled.
He did.
He's so sure of his cue ball. That's a much better way of playing it, if you're confident like that. It is nice watching him play. The mechanics, like you say, so solid.
Yeah, it really is a joy to watch the man play. I was a little bummed when I heard about his arm injury. Thought he might be done with the game. I think he had some tennis elbow issue or something along those lines. Spoke with him briefly yesterday, just asked him how his arm was, and he said he's feeling great.
Did you get his autograph?
I did.
You did get it?
I did.
Oh, good.
Jason here was kind enough to bring me a Mosconi Cup program from, I believe, 2013.
Yep.
So I've been having some of the featured players in that particular magazine sign it. So thank you for that, by the way. That was very, very nice of you. And I meant to ask, how do you have a brand new, more than one brand new copy of a 6-year-old magazine?
I bought, well, you had to buy them back. You know, I was a fan. I bought a few and, you know, kept them until I met the players.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I get them every, I mean, I'm a bit of a collector as well. I always get, you know, I've been going to US Open straight pool in '89. I met Mosconi and all those guys, got them to autograph it. I've been going to tournaments. I was going around when I'm not working, getting cue balls signed by Sibing Cheng, Chang Junlin, everyone. I'm a madman. You should see my house.
I wonder what Chang Junlin's table time has been since he's been here.
The most.
What I'm getting at is that man has been in this building more than we have, more than anybody else that I've seen. And he didn't even have to play in the first 4 days of qualifiers.
Cue ball parked. Where's this one ball going? He's made a ball. Hooked. Wow.
It's a cruel game. Strikes him perfectly, parks the cue ball, makes a ball, gets him running around, and doesn't get any reward for it.
Got to push out somewhere, I think. Can't see.
Here, he'll move for you. There we go.
Yeah. No, this is tough.
Yeah, what do? You push anywhere and you're selling out essentially a safety or a shot at the one.
Depends if that 2 ball goes by the 6. Oh, he's pushing to a jump. Tie the 8-9 up a little bit.
I am not extremely familiar with how Thorsten is with a jump cue. I do know that Niels loves jumping. He's phenomenal with a jump cue. My thought right now is that he feels that Thorsten, I'm not going to say is weak with the jump cue, but isn't as fluent with it as he may be. Now, if he would have played this same shot against, say, Oscar Dominguez.
Made it.
Oh, my goodness. I thought maybe it would be passed back with the likes of Oscar, what I was getting at there. One of the best in the world with a jump cue. Nothing safe. So that type of push out against Oscar probably would have resulted in a similar result as to what we just saw from Mr. Hohmann. And Oscar, if you're watching right now, he's probably laughing, thinking, no, I'd have got position. I'd have made it and got shape. So the 8 and 9 is a little bit of a issue later on in the rack.
Wow, he's looking at making this. He's going to have to go backwards and forwards a couple of times to get on that 4. Wow.
Hit it masterfully.
Didn't even know I could hit it that soft and still hold. That's an excellent shot. Wow, 5-4 down. That's 2 amazing shots he's come up with there.
Still kind of curious as to how this 8-ball is going to be played. It might go into the side there, and it's been fooling us the whole time.
Yeah, we finally got a view that shows us it might actually go. Don't do it, Hohmann. He's okay. I always listen to these commentators on TV. I'm like, what are you talking about? But now I can see. It's hard to tell if the ball goes or not. That's why I stay silent a lot, because I don't know if certain things go. I don't want to start guessing and misguessing the whole time. So I just wait and see.
He's really trying to figure this out right now.
Going to the 8 here.
I was going to say, I can't tell what he's trying to figure out because I don't know if that 8 passes. If the 8 passes, you don't. There's no reason to touch it.
If it didn't pass, I thought you could go with a bit more bottom and just punch into them there. Just, you know, just pockets. I mean, just ball speed, just touch them. But it must go. Or play for the bank, is it?
It's an option as well.
If it doesn't go, no, it must go. If it doesn't go, he should have played, just nudge him there. I mean,
I think we may see the referee get called over possibly for this shot on the 8. That's a good angle there. I think it does pass.
yeah.
He's playing it like it does.
Neil's having a look. Got a little meerkat going on. I always call it a meerkat.
I like it.
He may call someone over. We'll see.
That is just tough to tell. He doesn't like it. He wants to cut it, but I think he's...
Well, he played for it. Now what's he thinking about?
The referee has slowly off to the sidelines because he won't approach the table unless he's asked by a player.
Maybe he was playing for the bank the whole time. It just went too far and made it tougher. You know, shorten this bank. Hit it hard. Shorten it. Missed it. Maybe he was playing for the bank the whole time. It went too far. That's what it must have been. Well, I didn't like
that. Was huge.
I did not like the way he played that out then. If that ball didn't go.
Yeah, if that ball didn't pass, which I guess it didn't, he should have done something to break that out a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that 6 ball, he had a perfect angle, just punch down, touch those balls. Definitely going to get on a 7. He's missed it.
What is this?
Goodness me.
That was Niels' chance to get on the hill. Instead, he's allowed Hohmann to tie it back up at 5 apiece. What's going on here?
He came flying out of his chair.
I would have too. He shouldn't be back at the table, and he knows it.
Wow.
I would not be surprised if a break was taken after this rack. And I called it. Players are going on break, and so are we. We'll be back in just a moment, folks. back from their break. So are we. This is rack number 11. Both players are racing to 7. We're going to get that graphic adjusted real quick. I believe it says 9 at the moment. This is actually a race to 7. There we go. Excellent work, Tim. This is, as we said, not win by 2 like our main event is. So this is first one to cross that 7 line.
Cue will loose. Made a ball.
Made 2. Made 3. 3-ball break. Great opening shot on the 1 ball. Looks like the problem issue, toughest shot would be the 3 to the 6, I think. Although the 7 ball's got a little blocker with the 8 there. We'll see how Niels plays these out. Niels was real quick to take a break after that last rack. Niels missed a very routine 8 ball that would have put him on the hill 6-4. Instead, he's allowed Hohmann back into this match. They're tied at 5 apiece.
Maybe that cue will move over. He might get scared of Niels' stare and just say, okay, I'll go over a little bit more for you. I think he got there, but might make this shot a little difficult to get on the 6. Can you, yeah, I was going to say, draw back off the rail, off the back of the 9 up table?
He may actually have that perfect angle to just miss the 9. Come between. Basically, just play it with straight draw. I don't know. Tough call from here. I suppose he could go forward and really juice this thing up with inside. Spin around 3 or 4 rails forward.
Off the back, hit it a little thick. Wow, it's a tester out after missing that 8, you know. This is a tough shot here to get on a 7. Long distance, inside spin. Oh, he might come around and play it in the corner. Now it might be a bit easier to let your stroke out a little bit instead of trying to spin over. That might be too tough, yeah. Got to watch out for the side pocket point on this shot. Hit the side pocket point and hook behind the 8. Side pocket point, missed it. Beautiful shot, that's exactly what he played. Excellent shot by Niels.
That was a lot tougher than it looked. To control that cue ball, especially.
Especially with a score line and missing that 8 in a previous game. To come with that shot, wonderful.
Stoic. Very stoic, this man. I love that word now. Thank you, Mr. Laley.
You do the next rack as Laley, and I'll do it as Boyers. I dare you.
I'm not doing any attempts at accents for a couple of reasons. I don't want to offend anyone. I also don't want to make any more of a fool of myself, as I naturally already do. So you feel free
I'm okay.
to imitate Carl,
Oh, God.
and I will stay me.
That's a break and run there, yeah. To get to 6-5. Get on the hill.
Niels probably can't help but think to himself right now, this match should be over.
I almost attempted to do Laley, but I can't do it. It's too tough.
Oh, Laley, Alex?
Yeah, I'm trying to listen to it in my head, think of it in my head. It's going to be awful what if I attempt it as well. I'm tired. It's 8 days of this. Let me see. Hold on a second.
Hohmann's going to need 2 racks from here. Niels is on the hill. Like I said, this isn't win by 2 like our main event is. This is first one to 7.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it. It's too tough. I nearly had it, but luckily you stopped me. You slowed me down. I've given up. Let's see if he can make it hill. Thorsten Hohmann here. Cue ball is safe. Made a ball, but no shot on the 1. He's hooked again. So sick. 4-8 combo down table later. Wow. No, he's got a tough shot to push out again.
Yeah, you're either pushing and selling out or pushing for a safety. It seems, anyhow. I wonder if there's something he can tie up. I don't know. I do not quite understand that.
That could be the last shot he takes if Neil goes for this.
Maybe he's daring Niels to take a shot at this. I wouldn't dare Niels to do that.
I think Niels is going to go for this. Should get position on the 2. Just make the ball.
It's tough to play it safe from here. So why not go for it?
Made it.
It's a free shot.
Wow,
to a point.
Did not like that push by Thorsten Hohmann there.
Yeah, I don't quite know what he was.
Especially because the balls, he made it easier to make this combo now as well.
He made it extremely.
It was harder
easier.
before. You were thinking about like correctly tie something else up or make. He's made it easier.
Yeah,
with the push out.
Those were the last 2, or even just nudge the 8 or the 4 and freeze it up to the 8 off angle for the combo on the push out shot. But he just elected to bank the 8 right toward the hole.
Yeah, I'll do this as Carl Boyers.
All right.
He's got 4 to 8. Then 4 stays over hole. Looking good here. Niels Feijen. Because Carl talks very slowly when he doesn't talk like in real life, but when he's commentating, he talks just a little slower.
A little bit of theatrics adds to it, I think. I catch myself doing that once in a while here on the stream.
He was looking where he wants the cue ball to be. Angle over there to get on the 6 after the 5.
Will he go for the bridge? Will he go for an extension?
Niels needs this game to win the Consolation tournament, $1,500. Second place gets $1,000.
Niels just reached into the rack of bar cues, pulled one out, and he's putting his own bridge on the ferrule of it. Interesting. Usually if I use my own bridge head, I just put it on my break cue or jump cue. I prefer it on my jump cue. It's less cue to get out of the way after the shot has been taken. Niels has one of those clear ones, those clear bridges, which I'm
short.
slowly becoming a fan of.
Short. Look at this. A lifeline maybe for Thorsten Hohmann. He's not happy.
that's the first emotion I've ever seen from Niels on a pool table.
Well,
aside from,
the
yeah,
punch.
after, yeah, snapping off of, you know, maybe a Mosconi cup and then showing some clear emotion. Bingo.
Nice shot.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Niels has been MVP as many times as Carl Boyce has been on the team.
Oh.
Some useless but fun trivia.
Having a look again where he wants a cue ball, which angle. Overhit it a bit. Still okay, of course. This is it. The 7 and 9 to get the win. Where's this going? Where's this going? Don't tell me it's down the middle.
50-yard line, keeping it dramatic.
Don't tell me. Do not tell me. We're going to have a little Columbo pop up and just say, just one more thing. Got that cue off to the side of his chin. He's missed it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. You get your money's worth here. Can Thorsten Hohmann cut this in and make it hill-hill? It's a thin cut. Cue ball's flying.
A little bit shocked right now. He hasn't left the easiest back cut on. It's there, but it's tough. See the little flick of the hand there kind of tells you.
He just, I know he knows that cue ball's flying. 1, 2, heading towards a corner. Can he? I don't know. Let's see. Oh,
He overcut it.
Oh my goodness!
He overcut it.
Oh
That
my
ball
God!
That ball was not possible to overcut,
So sick.
and he found a way.
What a match!
Wow. Folks, Niels
Whoa.
Feijen wins our consolation event, defeats Thorsten Hohmann by a scoreline of 7-5. Coming up in about 45 minutes, we will have the finals of Stage 2, the finals of the WPA Players Championships.